Hello, welcome back. Today I have another ink to show you. This was a suggestion by someone on another video. It was for Oyster Hour, and this one is by Ferris Wheel Press, and you can see they've got this beautiful box as always. It's got all these clocks, looks really cool. And I do have a cold, so if I sound a little bit funny, that's why. So I'm going to try to speak clearly and not cough too often. So if you haven't tried any of Ferris Wheel Press's inks before, they come in these beautiful bottles. And the packaging is beautiful. Everything is beautiful. They have wonderful inks. Everything I've tried from them has been amazing. So highly recommend them. But we're going to be testing this ink out and see if we like it. So I'm going to make a swatch card, and then I'll be testing this on some other papers. And this does not have any shimmer, so we don't need to worry about shaking it. All right. And this is one of the brown colors. And this suggestion came from a video I did recently with a brown ink. So if there are any brown inks you'd like to see me review, let me know. But yeah, just definitely leave a comment if there's a brown ink you'd like to see me review. I might already have it. I do have some. All right, so that's a good amount of ink on there. Let's write the name. And this is by Ferris Wheel Press. Okay, so we're going to set this aside so it can dry. That's how it looks so far. And then I'm going to test this out on 3 different kinds of paper. I always do copy paper, just so that we can see how this looks on some very basic paper. And then we'll do a couple other kinds of paper as well. And so far this looks okay. I don't see any major issues yet. I haven't picked it up to double check though. It's a nice color. It's definitely I'd say like a light or a medium brown. And this is Oyster Hour. And this is copy paper. And sometimes I'll draw a few lines just to see, but on this paper a lot of times you don't see too much shading or anything, but it looks like I don't know. There's no feathering, so that's good. So you could use this on any paper and it would look fine. Looks like there might be a tiny bit of shading, but that might just be, I don't know, it's hard to tell because of this paper. A lot of times if I think I see shading, it has more to do with how I was writing and less to do with the actual ink, but I might be wrong. So we will try this next on some HP 32, and this is a slightly different copy paper. It's smoother, and it gives a better writing experience. And somebody made a comment explaining the differences about the HP 32, and I should have written them out so I could explain, but basically it has more to do with the coating on the paper, or just like the smoothness of the surface and the way that the ink can kind of pool on it before it dries. And let's see here, Oyster Hour, and this is HP 32. But yeah, this is a much nicer paper, and it is thicker as well, although I've noticed that if a paper is thicker and it just absorbs the ink, then that doesn't really make any difference, like the thickness of the paper. But I do mention it sometimes because as I'm trying to pull apart leaves of paper to do these tests, it feels like I'm holding more than one sheet of paper, but I'm not. So yeah, this looks really, really nice. So it looks a lot smoother on this paper as well. The whole writing experience, everything is better. This is much nicer if you can get your hands on this to do, you know, journaling or writing notes or whatever. if you make your own journals or your own like notepads. And this is Tomo River paper. So this also is very, very smooth, but it is also very, very thin. It's almost like tracing paper, but the ink does not bleed through typically. So it's great for fountain pen inks, and it really helps show off different properties of the ink, like shading, is what I've noticed. A lot of the more fun inks, you can see the qualities of the ink better. And I'm trying really hard not to dump over that ink. I'm gonna move some stuff here a little bit. Anyways, I'm gonna try to get this ink to pool here a little bit, see if we can get some different effects to show up, just in case there is more shading or something. All right, this is Oyster Hour. So yeah, I really appreciate everybody who's been leaving comments and inks to try. I have been reading them, and I've been trying to respond to everybody. There we go, Tomo River. And I'm going to try to get the other inks. I'm going to probably have to order some because I don't have them all. So maybe in the next few weeks or so, hopefully we'll start to see some of the requests for the brown inks. That's my hope anyway. All right, so there we go. I'm going to clean this off real quick. And then we'll give that a second to dry. I'll double check the swatch as well, and then we'll see how this ink looks. Let's put this lid on so I don't spill it. There we go. And I'll put it back in the box to keep it safe here. The way these go in is kind of funny. I have to, whoops. Well, I'm going to set it down first, I think, and just tuck it in. There we go. That's better. All right. And there's that. Really pretty box. Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, yeah, that looks like it's just about dry. Just give it a couple seconds. The HP 32 and the copy paper. So I'll put them, hold them up together. And you can see that the color, the ink itself works fine. It doesn't have any issues on the copy paper. Like I said, no feathering or anything. It's a really nice ink. It's really easy to write with. I didn't notice, it didn't feel dry to me or anything. But of course this is a dip pen, so it's just going to feel different in a fountain pen probably. But I noticed like here, the color, probably just because of the type of paper this is, the ink looks like more, I guess, more saturated. It's a much richer color than it is on the cheap copy paper. And it looks, yeah, it does look like there is a little bit of shading in the writing down here. So you may get to see more shading. And in some of these lines down here, you can see a little bit of shading. So on the nicer papers, it looks like the ink does perform a lot better. And then on the Tomo River paper, you can see you could definitely see where that shading is coming out here, like in these swatches. And then in the writing as well. So this actually is a really, really nice brown. It's very pretty. I like it a lot. I think I would probably enjoy it most on the Tomo River paper, but the HP 32 paper is a good like second or runner-up. So those are all really good. This is a good ink for all the papers, but especially the two nicer ones. And then this is a swatch that we made, and you can see, again, the color, the separation here, the shading. This is really, really pretty. It's a more complex brown than it seems at first, and you definitely get like that halo shading effect around that makes these lines look kind of ribbony. It's very, very pretty. So there's the writing there at the bottom. So this is a really nice ink if you're looking for a brown that's kind of like lighter or a little bit more of like a medium light brown rather than like a super, super dark brown. And so it definitely looks brown when you're writing with it. So if that's something you're looking for, this would be a good one to try. I definitely like this one. I'm going to probably have to try it in a journal and see how I like writing with it. But it's really pretty. So if you want to see more reviews, just click like and subscribe so you can see more. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.